out of nowhere.
There's the,
They have new members of the family.
yeah.
Do you have a roll of toilet paper sitting here on the desk because this is the political season and you're getting pundits in here? What is this all about?
No, that's for illness.
Nice beard, by the way.
Yeah.
It looks good.
I didn't even notice he had a beard because it's gray.
Yeah.
But your mustache isn't really gray.
Yeah.
I mean, it has gray in it.
I don't know. I don't color it, so
You look very stylish these days.
thank you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So,
What's going on? Where you been?
I don't know. I was late today because I
Where the
completely
blank you
forgot.
been?
I even said something to him last night about it. And the house was so quiet, I thought you were gone.
No, I was back working
You're-
at my desk.
He pulled his Mini Cooper out today.
Wow.
Is that what you drove out here?
Yeah.
Okay.
I have a new Jeep.
Oh.
Guess
goody.
the color.
Yellow.
Orange.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah. You can see me coming.
I was close.
You were. At least you didn't.
I could have said peach.
You could have said black.
So
No, I knew it wasn't gonna be dark.
Okay.
I just had a
I
feeling.
don't feel like a dark person.
You're
I
a
appreciate
bright.
that.
You're a very bright person
Thank you. I hope in more ways than one.
in more ways than one.
Okay, so I got a market update today from Brandon Adler at Fifth Third, so I'm gonna give him credit for this. Because we
Very
should
good.
be talking real estate, even though we didn't plan anything. Pending home sales index fell 2.5% during January to 106 from an upwardly revised December reading of 108.7. I'm not quite sure what all that is. The decline was the largest monthly decline since January of 2014. Year over year, the January pending home sales reading was 1.4% higher. January's reading was also above the 100 mark, keeping monthly pending home sales above this key level for 17 straight months. Does that mean anything to anybody?
No.
just means sales fell.
Sales,
That's all.
sales are
Yeah.
down.
Right. Yeah. What's the reason?
What, comparative to other Januaries? Is
Yeah.
that?
Yeah,
Yeah.
That's correct. Yeah.
since 2000, what did I
This was
say,
a real-
2014? Go ahead.
It wasn't a bad January. I mean, we had the two little mini blizzards. Other than that, it wasn't bad.
I don't know. We were gone. It was nice where we were.
Oh, okay.
This past week,
February.
the
Yeah,
national,
January was not bad at all.
Yeah, January was warm up here.
Yeah,
Like,
it wasn't
was
bad.
The two blips in February is what you're talking about.
That's right.
In terms of
when
weather.
we got back. So this past week, the national average 30-year mortgage rate increased to 3.76% from 3.67. All you have to do is be dyslexic to do that one. While the 15-year mortgage rate rose to 3.04% from 2.97. The 5/1 ARM mortgage rate increased to 3.02. FHA 30-year rates held steady at 3.25, and the jumbo 30-year rates increased to 3.6. So we're still under 4% for mortgage rates. That's good.
So that should mean more activity.
So
That should stay. I mean, the housing market's been weird, I think. It's there's not a lot of buyers, there's not a lot of sellers, but the buyers aren't, unless the house is priced below what you think is market, they're not bidding. There's no bidding wars. Not like Ann Arbor. You can go to Washington County and you'll have multiple offers within 2 days of putting the house on the
Yeah,
market.
but there's so many more people there.
and so many more people moving in and moving out too.
Yeah, the
It's a
jobs.
more transient population.
Right.
So what's happening with the economy here in Jackson? Things booming, bustling, stagnant? I mean, you just opened the Orange Peacock Gallery downtown trying to
Oh yeah, the Orange
do
Peacock.
some-
Have you been there? I haven't seen you, but I'm not there all the time.
No,
so.
I don't even know what that is.
The Orange Peacock Gallery is in the first floor of the Jackson County Tower Building.
Okay.
We're approximately a 500 square foot art gallery, and I don't know, there's just shy of 20 artists in there, most of whom are local.
Okay.
Anywhere from
Who knew?
Who knew? We have Chris Kitley from AG Chocolates. So come in and buy your $1.25 piece of chocolate, which is amazing, and not only amazing tasting, but they are so pretty.
When might have you opened that up?
February 12th, we had the grand opening.
What day is it today?
March something, March
March
7th.
7th.
Wow, breaking news.
Yeah.
Yeah. yeah.
And then
It's actually quite an interesting little spot. It's only 500 square feet, but they
I think
did a
you
great
might
job.
have called me,
Oh, I'm
so I
sorry.
could come down and see it.
I'm sorry.
I'll
Wait, let
probably
me
shoot
call
down
you.
in my lunch hour today.
Let me call you right now.
No, we're good now.
Okay, I'm sorry. I just, I got home and we had to get it together and
No excuses.
get it open for
No,
Valentine's
don't-
Day.
No excuses.
We've had quite a few
He was
people.
on my press list, though. Should have
Huh?
gotten an email about it.
Yeah, you should have gotten an email on it.
I,
You probably didn't open it. You thought it was spam or something.
it could have been.
Well, no, you could have thought it was spam, but it couldn't have been spam if it came from Laura, right?
Right, exactly. You better put me in your right box there, buddy. Seriously.
So when is
So
this
the
open?
hours, it's open Monday through Thursday from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. and Friday and Saturday from 10 to 7. And we're closed Sundays. But we have everything from chocolate from AG Chocolate at $1.25. We have got note cards from Lydia Furneaux. Did I say her name wrong, Jackie?
For Mo.
For Mo. I always put an N instead of M. Julie Colzar has jewelry in there that's very reasonable. I have her ring on. This was $15.
Wow.
And then all the way up to John Blank's got a wood carving in there that's just shy of $4,000. That's the high end. We've got metalwork from Mark Savoy out of
Savio.
Savio out of Battle Creek.
It's a good thing Jackie's here.
Well, she knows the artist better than I do. Let's see, Doug Matz. We just did a artist opening for him on Friday. And
So are there artists there all the time? Or how
no,
is-
but I will say that it's kind of cool. The group of artists that we have in there, there's several of them that just pop in a lot, and they're there. So
so everything's for sale.
everything's for sale.
Okay.
We're always looking for new artists. It is juried, so it is stuff that I like to use the fact that I would buy it as the guideline.
In,
Or
other-
Bill.
in other words, it's high end.
Well, it's not high end. No, it's
a
not
whole
high
range of
end. I
stuff,
don't have
right.
all high end stuff.
Yeah, correct.
I
It's
like
a whole range.
I just like good stuff, great stuff. Who are some of the other artists, Jackie?
Mary Tallman.
Mary Tallman does an amazing. Is it
Color
pencil?
pencil, yeah.
Color pencil drawings. I mean, the detail is great. Avi Veneklausen has a couple of paintings in there along with her jewelry, necklaces. And who doesn't like an Ave Veneklausen, right?
I would think so.
Right.
I like
Oh,
Ave.
Chris Blank with his contemporary work, his stuff sells really well. And the walls that we painted, you have to come see it.
Yeah,
And
well,
it really
yeah.
shows off the art. We could move Chris Blank's stuff with 4 different color walls, and each time you move it, it looks different. So it's
So this
pretty
is
cool.
a thriving new business downtown.
Yep.
All right.
And it looks great from the window. Mike Overton, the county administrator, is tickled pink with it.
Really?
Yeah, because it's
Boy, if you can please him, you're
I
doing
think he's
something.
pretty easy to please, but the commissioners are all happy about it. So it puts some activity in that first floor of the county building. A lot of people have come into that building and said, and they look up at the ceiling and they go, "We've never been in here."
Yeah.
And then they have that beautiful mezzanine that's wasted with the county treasurer's office. Mike has heard that a few times from me.
What's that now?
The mezzanine used to be when my dad was a county commissioner. That was where they held their meetings.
Yeah.
But for some reason, they renovated the mezzanine and it's got to be the most beautiful room in the county. And they've put the county treasurer in there.
Why do they do
And
that?
I don't know. It is such a wasted space. I told there's someone running, and I suggested that he put that as his platform, that they move the county treasurer's office up to the 5th floor where there's pillars. When they have meetings, these pillars are in your way. And move the meetings back to the mezzanine and rent the mezzanine out for weddings and stuff. I mean, it is the most beautiful room in the county.
It's a good idea.
So,
Yeah.
and it's fun having a store in there. It's just a beautiful building.
So you're right on the ground floor?
Right on the ground floor.
Okay.
We have 2 huge picture windows. I'd love to open a shoe store.
What?
Yeah.
You got a shoe store right across the street.
Well, Miller's,
I don't think that'd be a good idea.
Steve thinks it would be a good idea.
He does?
Yeah.
Wow.
Absolutely.
Hers would be different shoes.
Would be different shoes than Steve. Steve's got that special. Steve is actually Steve changed Bill's life.
You notice I'm silent about this entire project, right?
I do notice that.
Okay.
But with that said, I've got Julie Colzar, and we've got good staff running the gallery, so I'm still. Real estate is
You're still selling real
still
estate?
selling real estate.
So you're selling
And
real
Jackie.
estate and art.
Yeah, who wouldn't want to buy a house and put some art in it?
You know, I have to slide down in my lunch hour.
Yeah, do that.
Oh, I don't get one. I don't get a lunch
How
hour.
about when you're going home? Because it could be right on your way home.
Yeah, it could.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
They might even have a new puppy down there, so
Okay.
you can get the thrill of the Orange Peacock Gallery and get to snuggle with a new Great Dane puppy.
She's so cute.
She won't be there for too long.
She won't be?
Once she gets big.
Yeah, probably true.
Yeah. Well, she'll be well behaved.
So I'm not sure why I'm here today.
What's happening in the legal? What kind of calls are you getting on the legal? I mean, I've updated on the real estate. It's just kind of I haven't figured out why there's not much activity. People are just staying put. I think there's a lot of upgrade, people renovating their properties.
Well, it should pick up now, right, with the much better
But
weather.
it's been this way, God, I would say it was this way in the fall.
So it's been slow.
Yeah,
All right.
it's been steady slow. I mean, we did fine. Our sales were up last year, but still, I don't know.
You'd like to see more activity.
Yeah,
But as far as the law is concerned, I'm going gangbusters. I got so many things going on, it's mind-boggling.
what are people calling about?
Oh, well, just this morning I was dealing with a foreclosure issue. Last Friday I was dealing with a condominium issue. I've got all kinds of pleadings I've got to get in. I got an award of sanctions against a party and a lawyer recently, and that's coming up for hearing next week. I don't know, it's just tons and tons of stuff. And sales, again, I do mostly commercial sales, not residential ones, but I had an interesting class with Prudential, or with Preview Properties a week ago today. And their focus was, Jackie, what were some of those topics?
Well, you said something about virtual agent or something?
Yeah, that was a really interesting one. There apparently is a company out there that is taking listings and also purporting to represent buyers, where the agent doesn't show up for the listing. The agent
Doesn't show up for the showing.
for the showing, rather, right? Not for the listing, for the showing, where the prospective purchaser has his or her cell phone with the prospective purchaser, has it in hand, and the agent is live streaming in a live chat, as it were, or live streaming with the purchaser, and as the purchaser walks through the property. In other words, there's no agent there to show the buyer through. The agent is on the cell phone, on a video, on a live chat, to walk the purchaser through. And I'm sitting there saying, how could that possibly be? If I'm a seller, there's no way I want the potential buyer walking through my property without a live body, without a live agent there to make sure they're not taking anything or doing anything in the property that they ought not to be doing.
And
it's
Preview
mind-boggling.
Properties is in Brighton, so we're talking about probably pretty.
Pretty high-end properties.
Yeah.
But this is a company that's doing things, I think, all over the country now, but they're concerned about Southeast Michigan, and they're...
And it's not Preview Properties doing this.
No,
This is
no,
some other
it's
company.
another company. Actually, the company is called Zip something. Are you familiar with this, Jackie? Zip something?
No.
Okay. And doing a virtual showing. Never heard of it before. Never heard of it. Virtual
Would you
showing.
feel comfortable with me listing your property and then an agent showing it that's not really showing it?
They're given the lockbox combination.
The buyer is.
The buyer's given the lot, not to an agent, and the MLS here, I'm certain,
So
restricts the combination to members of the MLS, doesn't it, Jackie?
So they're not in your home.
No,
The agent isn't in it, but the buyer's in
agent's
it. The
in.
buyer's walking through the house, the agent's on the phone.
Where are you?
No, you're in your
As
office.
the listing agent?
The listing agent, you're in the office. There's no agent there
Because I don't-
whatsoever.
No,
the listing-
I would never do that.
Not a
Never
chance.
in a
No.
million years.
Right, because all the buyer would have to do is turn the camera, as they're walking through, they just turn the camera off, or they turn the live stream off,
Or
and
they
they do whatever they
focus it
want.
on something
Or they
else.
focus it on something
Right.
else.
Yeah, that's just
It's
silly.
bizarre.
It's silly.
I was busy all week last week, and I meant to follow up on this,
That's
to
a-
find out something about it, to find out more about it.
That's a crime waiting to happen, isn't it?
No kidding.
Now, there's the one company that used to, and I don't, they never made it big in Jackson, but someone would list a property and just charge a flat rate just to put it in the MLS.
Right,
And then
limited service broker.
right, and I'm trying to remember the name of the company, but you, as an agent, I would call the seller directly and coordinate a showing with the seller. But I'm still, as a buyer agent, I'm still there.
You're there, and the
This
seller's
is-
also there.
No, the seller could, it's possible the seller might not be there, they might feel comfortable, but if I ever said to a seller, I'm not gonna be there, but my buyers are gonna be there and they're gonna live stream this, I mean, it's totally different.
I'll find out a little bit more
I
about it
can't
this
imagine
week.
anybody letting somebody in.
I know.
I mean, unless they were
Well, there's
very
a lot
desperate.
of, there's a lot of people who don't know protocol. I mean, I would have to say more people don't know protocol than do.
Well, and
And if
the
they think
brokers,
it's
I
final.
understand it is charging a lower fee, in other words, lower commission rate, because they don't have to have an agent, a live body there, and so it's a discount brokerage.
Bill,
And
it's
if a
silly.
seller-
It's
Yeah, but
silly.
that's a
You and
buyer's
I
agent.
are of like mind, that's
Yeah.
what I was
I
telling the
just-
class last
But
week.
that's a buyer's agent. So as a buyer's agent, unless my contract says I'm gonna give some of my commission back to you as a result of not being there, the seller's agent's the one offering the compensation,
I understand, but
not
this,
the buyer's agent.
well, but this also could
Well, let
be
me
just-
ask you this. I think you're a lawyer.
Yeah, let's hope so.
Is anybody liable?
I don't know.
Damage?
Okay.
Theft? Anything? Who's liable?
I'm certain that there's some sort of disclaimer of liability.
Well,
that's
right there, if
installed
there's
in
a
the listing.
disclaimer, if you own the house, you'd be out, wouldn't
Right,
you?
as a seller, absolutely.
Yeah, I mean,
Right, if somebody, the buyer comes in, is
You wanna
given,
buy this thing,
given the
get over here.
lockbox code, then they go through the property.
Yeah,
Now,
yeah.
what would trouble me, particularly, it wouldn't be so much the listing, but as Laura's talking about, it would be a buyer's agency agreement. Let's suppose that you as a buyer sign on with this particular company. They're gonna do the live streaming. Now, that agency is going to send the buyer to the house listed with somebody else. Okay, and so now the agency is going to give that buyer the lockbox code to get into the property. This is the way it was explained to me. So now the seller and the listing agent don't have any control over what happens. So what the listing agencies are now doing is they're including in their listing agreements a provision in which the seller says there are to be no virtual showings. And if anybody listening to this show is a seller and they're listing their property, I would recommend putting that clause into a listing agreement, and I'm gonna tell Laura to do the same with respect to her brokerage
I'm gonna have to
agreements.
hire my attorney to adjust my listing contract.
But it's a simple sentence, it's simply gonna say, the seller prohibits virtual showings.
But as a,
damnedest thing I've ever heard.
yeah,
Yeah, it was
but as a
very
listing
unusual.
broker,
Yeah.
I
Very
just
unusual.
don't see how that works.
and as a listing broker, then I'm also, when somebody calls to show a property, I'm probably gonna say, you'll be, as to the agent, you'll be with the buyers at the time of showing, correct?
Yeah.
Well, I think your
I mean-
MLS prohibits your members from giving out the lockbox code. Now, you guys don't use lockboxes where you punch in a combination,
Yeah,
do you?
we
Don't
do.
you have keys?
Oh, we have both. Well, we have on my phone, I have a way to do it, although I have a new phone and Jackie's got to update
All
it.
right.
But, or we have you give
But
a
I think your
number.
MLS prohibits that, prohibits giving out of
Okay,
that
so we're
code.
not used to being here, so Greg is making me speed things up.
All right, go for it.
All right, properties for sale, 2454 Virginia Court, 161,000. It's a darling one-bedroom, one-bath house, over 800 square feet, right a couple doors down from Clark Lake. Just a great house. 3420 Lookout Circle, 159.9. That's a nice 4-bedroom, 2.5 baths, over 2,000 square feet. Really nice neighborhood runs between Broman Road and Horton. 805 Southwest Avenue, we've reduced that to 154.9. That's a really cool brick Tudor, 4 bedrooms, 1.5 baths, and over 2,500 square feet. 468 Skyline Drive, it's on Pine Hill Lake, 450,000. That's a newer home, 2,300 square feet, 3 bedrooms, 3.5 baths. 1913 Woodsum, 49.9, 3 bedrooms, 1.5 baths. That's a great house with hardly any neighbors right there. Bella
Call
Sharp,
this number.
780-3800.